I'm here at the Paris 2024 Olympics. There are so many incredible stories from this year's Olympics, but one of the most amazing is that of the 140 Ukrainian athletes who have come from their country in a time of war to represent their people. Just the other day, I spoke with Anastasia Klipachenko, a nationally ranked futsal champion and co-founder of Champions Way. We went to Montmartre and we talked about what this means for Ukraine to have this representation here at the 2024 Paris Olympics. So Anastasia, you just became national champion in Ukraine. What does it mean for you to be here in Paris for the 2024 Olympics?
This is a historical time when in Olympics game, and I guess for myself and for our country, for all athletes from Ukraine to be in this Olympics game, to represent Ukraine, and for every athlete to represent his country, should to be the highest level. So this is mean they qualified before. So this is mean they should to train, to have good preparation, competitions. So it's hard way to reach this point, to be here now in the Olympics 2024. And all of this, in this case, they still, during the war, everyone knows about the war in Ukraine. During the war, they should to prepare themselves. They should to have place where they need to train. So this is really so hard. So for us to be here now, this is mean to say about Ukraine, to show how we are still strong, how we are still fighting, and how we are proud of that to be Ukrainian, and to bring medals from Olympic Games to our country, to our people, to show our proudness and to stay strong.
So if it's difficult for a regular athlete to come to the Olympics, being from Ukraine just brings an extra set of difficulties. Talk to me a little bit about what it looks like training in Ukraine after 2.5 years of war. Are your fields or your facilities getting hit? What is the mental toll on an athlete preparing for something of this magnitude?
Yeah, and you told this, I have, my body is feeling something because I'm staying inside this process, and I know how athletes get in their best form to represent their country outside. And for example, this is a normal day.
Yeah.
You are going for training, and in the gym where is your train, you hear, for example, dangerous alarm. Okay, so for us this is normal now. Like, okay, maybe you will go to the shelter, maybe you will stay because you cannot 10 times in the day to go and back. So your mentality is fighting. It's like really you sacrifice your life in the time when you need to stay strong, to stay healthy, to be ready. For example, you're going to training, and after this you hear in the voice like sound of the rocket attack. So, and this is close to you, So, and you should to stop the training. You should to stop the process of the preparation. And for example, there is Olympic Games, So it's really hard. And I don't know how our athletes now in individual sport, because when it's teammate sport, team sport, you have like team, you feel support, you are more people who can move, who can support each other. But when it's individual sport, you are only one, you have your coach, for example, and that's it. How you can be ready mentally and physically to get the best results or to represent your country. So, it's really so hard.
How do you feel here at the Olympics when you hear the Ukrainian national anthem play?
It's hard feelings because before the war, when I play in the national team, it's like, we smile, you feel like proud, you're proud of that, and you did not think a lot about the words of our Ukrainian national anthem. But when the war was starting and we cannot play, we cannot go to have competitions, it was like silence. And you analyze, you see, you feel how the people died, and when it's around you, everything, when you go into the shelter, when you, with time, with like 1.5 years, I know a lot of people, my friends, who was die really young boys, young girls. It was like terrible, you know. And when we go for the national team and for another countries, and I stay, you know, when you have this mood to fight, to play, like, you know, you have this like power. And when I hear the national anthem, like my hand on my heart, you know, I want to cry so much. And I feel like, you know, I have these pictures in front of me when children died, you know, when this like houses was broken of some people and they don't have anymore their houses. I want to cry so much. And of course you cannot hold it, you know, you cannot hide it. Of course everyone understands that. And after that I started to play, you know, and I feel weak. I feel really weak. This is what about me, because it's influence on you, you know, you cannot. But this is like for a couple of minutes. But after that, you want to fight. You want to destroy everyone. You know, this mood of the fighter, of the winner, and it's really helping. Like we really, after the war, we won a lot of competitions in each sport. Our athletes really became more stronger, more unit. And now in Olympic Games, when we came to we was in the football match, Ukraine-Argentina. And of course we support Ukraine, we cheer for Ukraine, but even they lost. We came to the field, we took our national flag, you know, and we sing with them, and we saw their like eyes, like with, you know, with tears. And this is the most strongest feelings in the world. And we know we are unit, and we know we will stay to the end. And yeah, this is really strong. I don't know, it's like...
Wow, that's beautifully and perfectly said.
Yeah, from my heart, really, how I feel it.
Wow. What happens to athletes when their gyms are hit or when they can't train in the same place? Has that happened to teams, people you know, have had their facilities been hit?
Yeah, this is even my friends. They have academy, football academy. There is the name Lokomotiv, and one day a rocket came to their academy, to the field. They play soccer, and thank God there was no one, so they just destroyed the facility and the stadium. But you know, it was stadium for kids academy, so I did not believe and I did not trust no one. It was like suddenly happens, because it's always came for a special place. And maybe you know the story a couple of months before, when the rocket came to the clinic for children.
Yes.
This was for the children who is sick, and they have cancer.
In Kyiv, right?
Yes, in Kyiv, in my city, in my native city. And there is a lot of kids was in this clinic from Europe. So it was a unique clinic. It was really so strong place, you know. And when it was like from me, maybe 20 minutes from me. So I was at home. I hear the like strong voice, like this, like this. And we was, of course, we was afraid. And after the 10 minutes, we know that place with a lot of kids, too much kids, who was, for example, had a surgery in that day. And they did not have the surgery because it happens. So I don't have words, to be honest, for that.
It seems to me like even as there are men and women on the front lines and there are people in the infrastructure which are keeping the country alive and keeping the country going, the athletes of Ukraine, in their particular skill set, are also doing the same thing, and they're not out of the line of fire.
Yes.
As this clearly shows.
Yes.
The doctors aren't out of the line of fire. The football players, the fencers, none of these guys are.
Yes.
If you're a man, you could be drafted, or your facility could be hit exactly like that. So it's remarkable. It's absolutely remarkable to see.
Some of athletes who represent Ukraine, they have a possibility, for example, to be in the camp outside the country, you know, because it's impossible. It's impossible really to be ready for competitions and stay strong if you are inside the country and you hear this and you saw this. So, you know, how people adapt with that, and even athletes. Sometimes when I'm going to the competitions, I'm worried so much about my family, about people, but I put on the silence the, you know, news, groups with news, And when it's a dangerous alarm, we have program who is like not like notification came for us in the night, and this is like you need to go to the shelter. I put silence because I cannot, because no one, this is controlling you. You cannot control this because it's like going directly to your heart, you know. So really, to be honest, we adapt with that. For 2-3 days I put in on silence, or I delete the group with news because you cannot focus. You know.
Yeah.